I know. The last thing you want to hear about is taxes. After all, the tax season just wrapped up and you've paid all your taxes, so why am I still talking about them? It's because I often get asked by my doctor and lawyer clients whether it's better to pay themselves by salary or by dividends from their corporation. I'm Peter Guay of PWL Capital, and in today's Do It Together segment, we'll take a look at the salary versus dividend question for your professional corporation. In my last episode, I discussed why as a professional, you should consider incorporating your practice. You can watch that episode by clicking on the link below. Once you decide to incorporate, you then need to figure out whether you should pay yourself through salary or dividends. But it's not a simple decision. Now remember, your primary goal in setting up a corporation is to save money inside the company. Whatever you leave in the corporation to invest has only paid that first step of tax. In other words, the corporate tax, such that there's more to invest. What we're talking about here is the money you have to take out of your corporation each year to live on. There's a fundamental concept in taxation that you need to understand. It's known as tax integration. As I explained in my last video, the way our tax system is set up, if you can earn money in your corporation and then channel that money into your personal name within the same year, the total amount of tax you pay should be about the same as if you got paid a salary directly by your employer, without a company in the middle. The tax integration concept says that this should be true whether you choose to pay yourself by salary or by dividend. Now, tax integration sounds nice, and the federal and provincial governments try to make sure that it's always the case, but in practice, it's not perfect. There are small differences in overall tax rates that occur when you pay yourself through your corporation by salary versus paying yourself by dividends. It turns out that under the current tax rates in most provinces, there's actually a slight advantage to paying yourself by salary. About 0.9% in Quebec when your company makes less than $500,000. If your corporation is making more than $500,000, that advantage actually grows to about 2.7%. That being said, there are other reasons to pay yourself by salary. You'll be contributing towards CPP or QPP in Quebec. Also in Quebec, you'll be contributing towards the parental insurance plan, which may come into play if you plan on having children and taking time off to do it. It will also allow you to claim childcare expenses, for which you need to have an earned income to deduct against those expenses. Taking a salary also creates RRSP contribution room, which is deductible from your personal income and allows you to save and invest in a tax-sheltered account. Finally, having salary income will help you with a mortgage application if you intend to buy a house. The banks don't consider dividend income as stable when looking at how much of a mortgage you can afford. So what's the bottom line? Once you've set aside as much as possible inside your company, I recommend drawing a salary to fund what you need for your lifestyle. This will maximize your QPP or CPP contributions and your RRSP contribution room, along with some of the other benefits I mentioned. This recommendation may change in years to come, since tax rates are constantly changing. But for 2017, salary is the clear winner. As I mentioned in my previous video, the federal government is looking into these numbers for professional corporations. If you're not yet incorporated, or you're on the fence about it, you may want to think twice and wait until the fall budget update before taking that step. If you're interested in more information like this, sign up for my YouTube channel and click the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. I'm Peter Guay, and this has been Do It Together Financial Planning.